These are the most trying times that my family has ever experienced in our 47 years of selling and servicing construction equipment in the Chicagoland area. Our market has declined over 50% in the last 2 years since its peak, and in recent months it's gotten worse and we're seeing further market contraction. We're not alone. The construction industry is under tremendous stress. For evidence, you need to look no further than our contractor customers' yards, which are full of unutilized equipment. And as a result, our rental fleet sits idle, along with our parts and service departments. And that leads to empty factories that used to push out hundreds of machines a day. As an owner of the company, I'm used to being the one who experiences most of the pain during the low cycles in our industry. But what's different this time is the downturn's human toll and impact on the employees of Westside Tractor. We've laid off more people in the last year than we have in the previous 46 years combined. And there's probably another 10% of our workforce that we're struggling to keep right now. But it's not just the people who've been laid off that have been hurt. Cutting our technicians to 32-hour weeks has been standard procedure throughout the last year. Overtime is non-existent, and our salesmen, who work mainly on commission, have seen their income slashed to levels where they can no longer support their families. The loss of jobs is the same for our customers. It's painful, but we have no choice to cut our personnel expenses. There's simply not enough work to support the people that we have, and failing to cut costs brings on tremendous scrutiny from banks and bonding companies who have significantly tightened their policies. An article in Cranes recently said that projects for the stimulus package were coming in more than 20% less than the Illinois Department of Transportation's original estimates. At first glance, that sounds pretty good for the taxpayers, but it's bad news for our industry, because what it signals is that our customers are doing work at cost or below just to keep cash flowing. I met with a large customer last week who told me that their motto right now is survival is winning. That was from a family-run company who's been in business for over 100 years. Survival is winning pretty much sums up the crisis we're facing. But as a country, we have to more than just survive. We must make investments in the future that will create jobs and a healthy economy in the long term. And that's why we're here today, to tell our lawmakers in Washington what's happening in this industry and urge them to work together in a bipartisan manner to pass long-term legislation that invests in our roads, bridges, rail, and water infrastructure systems. It is large-scale projects such as the Dan Ryan rebuild and the O'Hare modernization project that have fueled Westside Tractor's growth in recent years. It's those types of investments that will be critical to our economy's growth in the years ahead. In Chicago, we put our hopes for infrastructure investment behind our bid for the Olympics. And there was no larger cry of disappointment than what came from the construction industry in Chicago. With the Olympics not coming to Chicago, other infrastructure investment now becomes that much more important. And I believe the road to national economic recovery leads through this industry. First of all, there's still a large manufacturing base for construction equipment, not only just in the US, but right here in the Midwest. The two machines on each side of me were both manufactured only a few hours from here. The 544K loader from the John Deere plant in Davenport, Iowa, and the Bomag roller manufactured in Kewanee, Illinois. And those aren't the only two manufacturers that have a strong presence in our Illinois economy. Secondly, equipment dealers and our contractor customers are mostly the small to mid-sized family-owned companies that experts continually point to as the type of businesses that are going to fuel employment growth in the future. We provide jobs that are very high-paying with mostly unionized labor. And the work we do building roads, repairing bridges, laying new sewer lines, and providing the equipment to make it all happen is done right here in the USA and cannot be sent to a country with lower labor costs. So in conclusion, on behalf of my financially stressed employees, customers, and other dealers, I implore Congress to pass a long-term highway bill that increases investment to the level necessary to make sure that America's economy recovers quickly and remains strong for a very long, long time.